Hi, my name is Katya Libin, and I'm a mom to my daughter Liliana. I left my corporate job to start a company called HeyMama that's on a mission to make motherhood and career work better together. I am a Russian American immigrant that moved here from St. Petersburg when I was 3 years old. My family came here with $80 per person in the late 80s to glorious Flatbush, Brooklyn. My mom worked at a nail salon for $3 an hour, and my dad drove an 18-wheeler truck. I wouldn't say we had an unhealthy approach to money, but it wasn't always in plenties. But I can say that from the day my sister and I were able to work at 13 years old, we never looked back. I loved the feeling of being financially independent, and that feeling really stayed with me. Before I started my own company, I worked at a tech company. I started there as the youngest person on the team, and within a year, I was bringing in half of the company's revenue and proceeded to be the number one salesperson there for 6 years.
At 26 years old, I was pretty much the breadwinner in our house, and when I found that I was pregnant, we had already bought our condo and I had money saved in the bank. When my daughter was 2 years old, I had made the tough decision to part ways with her father on really positive terms. I just felt really comfortable in being able to make that decision and embark on single parenthood because I was financially independent.
I felt very fortunate during that experience because I was working at a company that really valued me. It was at the same time very exhausting because I was not used to the physical and emotional demands of motherhood matched with the mental demands of work. It made me find that specific role that I had was not my calling. I always felt this desire to build something on my own, but I didn't know what it was going to be until I became a mom and ultimately met my co-founder. Something that really struck us as odd, that it didn't exist, was a space for ambition and motherhood to be together. So that's why we started HeyMama. HeyMama's mission is to advance mothers in the workforce. I felt like if I was ever going to build a business, that it was the time to do it. My daughter gave me the confidence to take risks, as did my immigrant family. I knew I had about 6 months of runway to make this work, and I decided to go full on into building HeyMama. I don't feel like being an entrepreneur ends up always leading to more financial success. Being an entrepreneur allows you to be completely in control of your future. And for me, that's a trade-off I'll take any day. Running a business ended up being more of a financial sacrifice for my family, but I also knew that what was priceless for me was the purpose. Over these past few years, I've had to be really scrappy in many ways of learning how to do a lot with a little bit and get the business off the ground and manage my finances well as a single mom. I think we can make do with a lot less than we think we need. I was really prepared by just managing finances tightly. Being able to move out of Manhattan into Brooklyn was a change that I made in just kind of lowering monthly costs and expenses, finding so many free and incredible resources in New York on what to do with kids. There were a lot of little shifts that I made, but also knowing long term that eventually it all comes back around. I could not have done this without my daughter. She is, by definition, such a huge impetus for building the business and for really wanting to solve this problem. HeyMama's community started with 2 moms, and now we are a community of more than 2,600 mothers across the country. We're here to really move mothers forward in their career. For us, that is a combination of access to thought-provoking programming, incredible vetted connections through the community that you could access through our platform and get such critical feedback for your business. And our community connects every single day online. This year, we've partnered with our flagship brand, Lincoln, to develop both mentorship programs and these custom matchmaking programs that help women connect with other members of the community that can really push them to the next level. So many businesses fail because they don't have access to the right mentors and the right people. This corporate support has helped HeyMama really create the support needed for us to be able to develop our businesses. HeyMama is really given me this feeling of belonging to something larger than myself. What makes me hopeful is that this generation of mothers is shaping the way that the next generation looks at working motherhood. And I think that's inspiring to Lily. She sees me as someone that's really accomplished and happy. And that's the biggest success of all.